What is up, all you beautiful people? It is I, AkemiTCG, back here with a brand spanking new video. Hope y'all staying safe inside there, and I just want to give a quick shout out to every single person that subscribed to this channel that still watches these videos. I actually love all you guys because we finally did it. We finally made the monetization milestone. So fingers crossed that the channel gets monetized. I have sent everything for review, but I just want to say thank you to every single person that is supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Anyways, with the new Crusadia deck profile that I made, I realized that the deck is going a lot off kilter from budget to like, yeah, this is like a good amount of money and it costs almost like a meta deck would cost. My bad if I phrased that poorly, but one of my friends is playing a different deck and I got very intrigued with it. I realized the deck was really budget. He was unfortunately not playing the 2 budget version of the deck. I may interview him on this channel at a different point. But I took it upon myself to build a budget version of this deck. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a peek. You guys can feel free to net deck. If you can't tell from the video, it is, glasses on, Tenyi. So Tenyi has been around since Rising Rampage, but it didn't get a really significant boost until Chaos Impact. And further on in the future, later on this month, Japan's going to get a brand spanking new card. I do say spanking a lot. And that card makes the deck a lot more consistent and a lot better. But this is going to be a TCG only deck. And everything in this deck, this budget deck, is less than $5. Every single card. Individual card, I mean, not the whole deck itself. Didn't build a sideboard yet, but let's go right into the deck. Let's break down the deck, and we're going to break down a whole bunch of duels that I've gotten with this deck. Win or loss, I record them all, alright? So, 1 Mystery Shell Dragon. It's the generic worm monster that you need. All of your Tenyi stuff need a normal monster and fear the proc, and at some points, I can't special summon like Nahata to go into Monk of the Tenyi. So I normally summon Mystery Shell Dragon. People are like, what the hell is that? It's a Mystery Shell Dragon. 2000 beater and it's a worm. So a lot of recursion there with this deck, so I play that one of. That's completely fine if it gets hit by Pod Desires. 3 Mares obviously for the Shaman plays. 3 Ajna, pretty much 3 of the whole Tenyi package. Every single Tenyi I am playing 3 of because this is definitely the budget build. And then we are teching in 3 Vanity's Fiend. Since we special summon everything, we don't normal summon. Wink wink, invoked. We don't normal summon it at all. Vanity's Fiend is our best normal summon, especially if you're going first. If you're playing the invoke version, then you could possibly put in invocations and Alistars, and then your extra deck would be a lot more tighter. Obviously, the invoke version is the slightly better version. I'm not gonna say slightly, but a lot better. But this is the budget deck. We're gonna go off with it. We're gonna be competitive with it. 3 Pot of Desires. You play a lot of 3-ofs in this deck, besides that 1 Avarice. So it makes a lot of sense to play Desires because it's really hard to hit all 3 Mares, all 3 Ajnas, etc. The not so bad hit would be Mafura. I don't see myself using it as much but it's still a Tenyi monster, so it works out. 3 Vessel. This is the Foolish Burial for the deck. You could play Foolish Burial. I'm considering playing it over Avarice, but I do like Avarice a lot because you cycle through your resources really fast. Flawless Protection. I played 3 of those. I'm actually gonna put in Foolish over Avarice. Flawless Protection. The field spell is really good. I don't need it that bad, so I'm not playing Terraforming. 2 Storming Mirror Force. I love this card right now. People don't see it coming, man. People absolutely do not see this card coming. They attack like, who plays Battle Trap? Especially all the cards are like untargetable, can't be destroyed. You got Storming Mirror Force, just bounce everything back to their hand. It's great, absolutely great. Every time I flip this on someone, they're like, what the actual duck is going on, because Storming Mirror Force is broken. And obviously 3 Fists of the Unrivaled Tenyi. If this card gets popped by Twin Twisters or whatever, then you get a free Blue Eyes Ultimate or Master of Oz. I don't know what Master of Oz is. You got this guy, this big ass koala guy, 4200 Earth. If you're afraid of some person superpowering your dragon, then Master of Oz is definitely a safe bet. It is also an Earth, so they can't banish your Blue Eyes Ultimate to summon Mikaba or something like that. Just some food for thought. I'll take out the Avarice, put in the Foolish Burial right now. The reason why I'm doing is Foolish Burial is always going to be live, and Avarice won't always be live. So you gotta choose your battles with this deck. Anyways, going for the synchros, we got 1, obviously Draco Berserker, the Tenyi. This card is just really good. Monster Negate. Psy-Framelord Omega. If you play Shaman, you cannot get this off, but if you play Ajna, you can get this off. It just says you can't special summon monsters. Oh, wait, no. Not this one. I'm looking at... It wasn't Ajna, it was the other one. Oh, my beef. Ajna is the one that prevents you from special summoning besides Worm Monster. So if you activate Ajna or Ashuna, I believe, in the English translation, then you cannot summon Omega that turn, or F.A. Dawn Dragster if you wish. So we're going off with, if you go Shaman, then you can summon Omega and it has recursion next turn. Let me explain that after I go through all of the extra deck. So via Boxia Brightness, it is a Worm Monster. It gets its effect off. It's a free Monster Reborn. It's just absolutely great as a card. F.A. Dawn Dragster. I have not summoned this yet, but I believe it will be good at some point. If I don't summon this, obviously I'll just take it out. Tornado Dragon is a Worm Monster that pops Exciton Knight to nuke your opponent's board, because this deck kind of really can't go second unless they have like Vanity's Fiend, Avermax, etc. Then you draw into Storming Mirror Force. That'd be great, but other than that, you can't really go second. Link God Dragon. This card is hilarious. It's so easy to summon with Mare. I don't know why people aren't playing this. It's actually so funny. Unaffected. Now, can't be destroyed by battle by certain attributes, and it's unaffected by other card effects. What do you do? What does your opponent do? If you summon this, and they're like, oh, they're waiting to Nibiru you just summon this and attack for game? Like, hello? It's hilarious. One Sasara, one Berserker, one Draco, one Master of the Tenyi, I mean. This card's pretty good. You play that one of Shaman. I might bunk this up to 2 just because I see myself summoning more often. Gravity Controller for the Alta Avermax and BLS. This deck has a hard time getting over those 2 specific cards. And 2 Monk the Tenyis, because it's your generic vanilla. So let me explain Omega for those of you who aren't playing it in this deck. Once per turn during your main phase, you can banish this face-up card from the field and 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Not during your main phase, during either player's main phase. So even if you summon Shaman, the next turn during the main phase, let's say they search for Invocation or something like that, and for whatever reason it's the only card in the hand, you can just rip it out of the hand. And also, the kicker is, once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, you can target 1 banish card, return it to the graveyard. So if you banish your Ajna, your Vishuddha, any of these Tenyi cards, you can bounce it back to your graveyard. Also, if you use Desires, Pot of Desires, and you hit like, oh, I hit my 3 Ashunas, then you Omega it, you can put the Ashunas back into your graveyard because they are still considered banished. Even though they're not face up, they're still considered banished. So you can bring those cards back into your deck. Or like, let's say Shatana, you want extra protection for that turn, you can bounce Shatana back to your deck. It's actually really, really good. You can target... Also, there's a third effect for you guys who don't know how Omega works. If this card is in your graveyard, target 1 other card in your graveyard. Shuffle both that card and this card from the graveyard back to the deck. So let's say you use all 3 Shatanas, right? Or you have 3 Shatanas in your graveyard, you don't really need to have 3, you can shuffle that back, and shuffle this back, and summon it back later. Or like, let's say you have a Vanity's Fiend, it's your last one in the deck, and then you need to hard draw into it, then you can shuffle Vanity's Fiend back into the deck. You have a lot of options with this. That's why I really, really like Omega with this deck. Anyways, that's the deck profile. I just want to showcase the Tenyi deck profile for you guys, the budget one. I'm just going to show some duels off with it in the next video. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this deck profile. This is very, very budget. Again, super, super budget. I really can't emphasize it more. I'll be showcasing more Tenyi deck profiles in the future. I really, really enjoyed this deck in Crusaders right now. So let me know what you think down below. Anyways, everyone stay beautiful and stay safe, alright? Peace.
The world ends now.